All right, what's up, y'all? It's the Deacon. I'm back. I think you already know what time it is. I'm doing another video interview from Joshua Fluke. Any recruiters or software developers out there, if you come across this or if you know anybody that is in this type of industry, just send the video to them. Even if they go on there and talk shit in the comments, that all helps me. And it might just help somebody else. So let's get it.
I've read the homepage. I have it pulled up right now on my computer. She messaged me, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I didn't see it until the other day. I was like, hey, you still want to do this interview? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So I'll call you at 8:30, and so it's 8:28 right now, waiting on the phone call. Hello?
Hi, Josh. This is Jamie. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you? Good morning.
Good, thanks. Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot that it's actually Halloween. Are you guys doing anything special for it?
There are people that are dressed up here, but honestly, I am the world's biggest Halloween Scrooge, so I am not dressed up today.
Me too.
So is now still a good time to chat about for just a little?
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. All right, do you go by Josh or Joshua?
I just go by Josh.
Okay, perfect.
You know what? I like that. That goes a long way. It seems like to me this recruiter might be good. I mean, she's opening up. She's very energetic, talking about Halloween. I'm a Halloween Scrooge. That's just a personal detail, it means nothing, but it breaks the ice a little bit. And I like that she asked, "Do you go by Josh or do you go by Joshua?" That's another thing that I think breaks down the formal nature of these calls. By asking something that for some might feel too awkward to ask. So, good for her.
Good deal. So Josh, why don't you just start us off by telling me about what you've got going on right now?
So, it's a sandbox software for nonprofits, and what I mean by like sandbox is that users can log in and build their own kind of dashboard type deal.
Okay.
And it's built with the .NET stack, so C Sharp, and MySQL, mainly just C Sharp. We have some JavaScript and stuff on there.
Go on. Tell me all about the technologies you like to use, whatever you've got going. Tell me it all.
Okay, so we got the .NET stack, we got JavaScript, a little bit of jQuery in there. I tried to get them to swap to a different front end, like React, but the time to rebuild isn't in the budget, so we can't really do that. That's pretty typical, but it's C Sharp, MySQL on the back end, JavaScript, HTML, Sass. That's pretty much the main stack. Oh, we also have a WordPress site that we use for the main site, which I'm responsible for, and I manage and create the content, modify the theme, like the custom theme. So with PHP, I think that's probably all the technologies we use.
Awesome. So you mentioned React. Are you a React fan?
I'm a React fanboy, yeah.
Awesome. Because I did a couple of while and I was like, you've got React and you've got PHP. Primarily React shop on our front end. We used to use Angular, but we converted over to React just about a year ago. So we're looking for some awesome React developers. I don't know how you feel about PHP. You could also be a good fit for our back end as well. How do you feel about either of those?
So it's funny.
Okay, yeah, I think she's an internal recruiter. Oh, I just hit the camera. I think she's an internal recruiter. She keeps saying we, and it sounds like she knows a lot about what's going on, technically speaking, and the type of things that they're working on at whatever company that is. So more and more, the more I listen, the more excited I'm getting, because I think all my previous videos, more or less, it was me being pretty critical, and Josh as well.
That my React job that I had before it ran out of money was React and PHP. So that's actually my preferred tech stack.
Perfect. Well, that's awesome then.
Yeah.
Sweet. So what leads you to look for a new opportunity?
Kind of more responsibility. Also, mainly because the tech stack is antiquated and I want to use state-of-the-art stuff.
Yeah.
He loves that word, antiquated.
That's something we hear a lot, actually.
Three,
And that's something that we definitely appreciate.
I'm not even going to edit that out, because in my head I was saying 4 and I said 3 and I held up a 4. Just so you know. I mean, recruiters, we're kind of dumb sometimes.
We're trying to stay up on the cutting edge. We're like I said, primarily React. We're using Node a lot more, and we're also trying to integrate things like Elixir and GraphQL, and just keep our people, learning new things and staying involved and feeling like they're learning and growing. And so that's definitely we're looking for people that have that same kind of mentality as well.
You're either moving forward or you're going backwards, because
Yeah.
world doesn't stand still, So
Yeah.
I like to be on that cutting edge.
So what do you know about?
I researched you guys to the T. I looked at all your values. I looked at your mission statement. I know that you guys are building software for different kind of, I would say, franchises, retail, food, all of that. And it's like task management, productivity for employees, managers, just making everyone's life simpler so that they're more productive.
Okay, yeah. So sounds like whatever company this is, they come in as a third party and build software, maybe some applications for workflow management, or maybe HR functions, or any shipping like logistics and stuff. So customers or account managers, let's say, can track items that are being shipped, orders, transactions, billing functions, kind of making everyone's life easier. And it sounds like what this company does is build software around the lives of their clients, let's say.
Overall, more profitable.
100%. Well, that's awesome. I mean, there are a lot of people that I talk to that are like, I've never heard of you, I don't know what's going on, and so I'm glad you're actually familiar.
Yeah, I did all the research. Josh. Like, I really vibe with the mission. Everyone gets like a good work life and loves what they do. And
yeah.
One thing I want to ask you, if that's okay.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, it says obvious domination for deskless workers. Is that referring to the people that we're providing the product to, or like the actual company?
Yeah, no. That is referring to the people that we actually provide it to. So, you mentioned a lot of franchises and restaurants and things, and that is our largest customer base. But we also are growing a lot into things like amusement parks and dental and medical offices, oil and mining fields, gyms. They originally, when they created, they thought that it would be just for the restaurant industry. And so we're having a lot of these requests and things, and that's a big reason as to why we are looking for a lot of developers that can help push us forward in that way. And we're also looking to bring on people that can help us in a creative role, that can help us create new products as well. So we're keeping up with people's needs and continually expanding and growing.
Yeah, she knows what the hell she's talking about, man. She's I think she's doing a good job selling. She's talking about where they started, how they've been growing, where they've been branching off, who is using their products. She's also being able to tie that into why they're looking for more developers. Hopefully she digs a little bit more into what he's doing. She'll be able to tie that into how now, Josh, you fit and why this would be a good job or a good match for you. Very delighted by this video so far. Now I'll shut up.
That everyone there wears a lot of different hats. Would I be wrong in that assumption?
No, that is 100% correct.
Right. That's my favorite thing about startups.
Yeah. You're never bored here. And we like to say that if you're going to come to Jolt, you have to be comfortable in working in ambiguity. That's kind of the word that gets thrown around a lot.
You mentioned like autonomy and stuff. Is there any like remote work? Because I'm in Salt Lake City, so you guys are like an hour from me.
Yeah. So not right now. We're all 100% in the office. The way that we are set up, though, is that we have open office hours from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., and you can work anytime during that time frame. So a lot of people here do have it set up that they work, longer hours, and then maybe don't come in as many days. That would be something you'd have to set up with your manager, but that is something that people do.
Like positions are you hiring for, out of curiosity?
Okay, so that's another excellent question. So we're looking to go from 40 to about 80. So we're looking to bring on a lot right now.
What are the minimum requirements for them? Is it just what they can do? Is it about what they can make, perform, portfolio? Or is it because I know some friends that are awesome React devs that would love to jump on this, so I'm just curious about the requirements.
Yeah, so right now we've kind of got a bit of a high bar. We're looking for people with 4 to 5 years experience in development in general with at least 1 year in React.
Okay.
So like I said, we're really trying to build up a strong base.
I do that too. If it's looking for 4 to 5 years of experience and someone has 3, sometimes it's not the end all be all. So if he's sitting here thinking, oh, this has been a waste of my time because I don't even meet the requirements, don't look at it that way, because there was probably something on your resume that matched up enough or they liked. And then within this interview, you could confirm that for them. And then they may be 100% willing to work with you and go to bat for you. Sometimes even if you see a position that you're applying for and you don't necessarily meet all the requirements, man, so what? Apply for it. If you like the work, what do you have to lose?
Right now, and then later on we expect to kind of lower those bars just a little bit, be willing to maybe in the future take on some more of the junior devs.
What about any intern positions? I'm sure they'd be happy.
We don't have any internships at this time, unfortunately.
All right, you're doing a little too much now. I mean, you're probably confusing the recruiter right now. Like, why are you asking about internships? I know why he's asking about internships, because he's looking out for his people, but do you want the job? Like, don't confuse the recruiter now.
Figured I'd ask.
Yeah, no, of course. We are huge on open transparency here. So honestly, if you have any questions at all, ask away.
I have one question then. Is it okay, like when I do interviews like this and just to practice and get better at communication, I like to record them. Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah, just fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I applaud that. I like that, Josh. You know what? I might ask some developers if I can do the same. However, I think in the state of Illinois, now you know I live in Illinois, if you didn't already, I think that's illegal. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, no problem. I do have a question for you, though.
Sure.
It's everybody's question that everybody, loves or hates to answer. If you were to come on here, what kind of compensation would you be looking for?
Let's say $35 an hour.
I frame it the same way.
Okay, good deal. So another question I like to ask people, Josh. So when you're looking for a new opportunity or a new position, what do you look for in specific to feel successful in your role?
To feel successful in my role, I need feedback, positive feedback, but not only positive feedback. I mean, I like helpful feedback. I'm okay with being critiqued. I need people to. This is my philosophy in life. If I am the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room.
Said that.
And so that is the type of people that I like to work with. People that I can learn from, grow
antiquated.
from. They can tell me, hey man, you did this wrong. I'm like, all right, let's figure out how to do it right, because I don't want to do this again. And then autonomy in the meantime. So how I normally do it is like, hey, I'm going to spend an hour and a half trying to figure this out. If I can't, I'm going to come to you. That way there's that accountability, but I get to try it myself first.
Exactly, and you learn better that way. You actually remember it, right?
Yeah, I definitely won't make the same mistake again if I'm stuck for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Awesome, that sounds great. So I feel like I have just, thrown out a whole bunch of facts and things at you. Do you have any more questions for me?
I probably will as soon as we hang up, but that's how these interviews go.
Yeah, exactly.
So is there the ability to make lateral moves inside the company? If I were to take the front end React, could I move to the PHP? I know you kind of mentioned that, but I wasn't sure if that's an actual thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So
that's a good question. The whole question of the possibility of being able to shift over to a different role, kind of pivot into something different, something new, maybe something similar, but different responsibilities, different technology, skill sets, and whatnot. Unless you're really tied to the company you're working for, usually a recruiter is not really gonna know that answer. What I'm expecting to happen right here, either she's just gonna throw some bullshit out there and just kind of vomit from her mouth, but there's a possibility, since it sounds like she is an internal recruiter, sounds like a smaller company. I think she has a lot of visibility of what is actually going on. I haven't seen anything in here where it sounds like, she's bullshitting. So let's see how this goes.
The way that we're set up in the development department is we have a room built out per product. And so last time I checked, I believe we have 6 rooms built out, and each room is vertically integrated. So in each room you've got your front end, your back end, your product design, your QA, all of that. And that makes it really easy for people that either want to make the transition into like a full stack developer, or maybe they're just interested in learning a little bit more about PHP, but they come on as a React developer. It makes it easy, so we can throw little project people, their way, so that they have the support that they need in that room to take on new projects and to learn and grow in that way. And so it really helps to keep people engaged and learning. And,
Okay, so basically, that was a good answer, I think. What Josh asked is there any room for me to transition from, let's say, React development to backend, maybe PHP, or I think that's what they're using. Her answer, basically, what she said is the way their engineering teams are set up, each client has a whole team dedicated to them. You're going to have your front end developer or developers, full stack maybe, back end, your testers, your lead, someone to kind of be the liaison or product manager, scrum master, to run the workflow and everything like that. That way you get exposure to all of the work. You're sitting right next to everybody. You can kind of learn new skills, build relationships with people outside of your box, then set up a lunch with this person that you're sitting next to every day, but doing different work that you're now interested in. So if I'm a developer and I'm hearing that, and maybe that's just the way my brain works, it sounds like that environment really facilitates the ability to branch out. So, man, I like this recruiter. She's good.
Making those moves if you want to become more of a full stack developer.
I did have another question.
Yeah, go for it.
What kind of, I don't know, I want to say like project management are you guys running? Are you guys running like agile methodologies or waterfall, or how's that?
So that's a good question. We have kind of formed our own methodology. I don't even know what you would call it, but it's kind of a combination of agile, waterfall, and scrum. We kind of do our own thing. We work with what works best for us. If you're interested after this, I would love to send you our assessment, front end or back end developers, whichever test you choose.
What does the assessment consist of?
Yeah, so it's a full functional assessment, and people tell me that they enjoy taking it, so I hope that they're not lying to me, just trying to brown nose. But it's a bare bones webpage. It's in a Star Wars theme. And it's just building out the functionality into this web page in React. And it's just got a 4-hour time limit. Some people don't feel they need the full 4 hours. Some people, don't finish in the 4 hours. It just depends on your skill, of course.
If I wanted to try out the backend assessment, is that a thing too? Could we do both?
Yeah. How about you take one? Okay, let's put it this way. If I send you them both, how about you pick one and just take one? If you take one and you're not happy with the result, we can discuss taking the other one as well. Does that sound good?
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, I don't know how many assessments you want to take in your life.
I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely doubled his chances there. Because why not? Like I said before, if you like what's going on in the job description and it sounds interesting to you, just apply. He says, hey, I want to take the back end one too. Now, what I like about what the recruiter did there is she was really direct. She said, all right, this is what I'll do. And she didn't bullshit either. I'll send you both, but pick one. After you take that one and you don't really like what happened there, you just weren't feeling it, we can talk at that point. That also shows that she's not just going to leave my guy in the dust or whatever. She has intent to have a follow-up and continue this relationship and the conversation here. I really like how she was direct here compared to some other videos I've seen. It's a lot of rambling and blah, 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 talking about shit that they don't really know about. And yeah, overall, very solid.
I just doubled my chances, so I'll take it.
There you go. And we like to say rock star assessments earn rock star salaries. And so, we're just going to try and set you up for success here.
Sounds awesome. Perfect.
Perfect. So I just sent you the front end. I'm sending you the back end right now.
She's
and
quick
you should
with
be good to
it.
go.
She's already got those emails ready to go.
15 minutes, let me know because our system for some reason has been having issues, but I think they worked out all the kinks.
Okay, should I respond to the email or just ping you on LinkedIn?
It's through your email, so we can communicate over email. If you have any more questions or anything, email is great for me.
Will do.
Perfect. So do you have any more questions for me?
No, not right now, I guess.
Okay, cool. Well, like I said, if you have any more questions at all about the assessment, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to answer.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you as well. And I look forward to working with you and seeing how well you do on these tests.
Cool. Yeah, me too. It'll be good.
Perfect. All right.
All right.
Have a happy Halloween, Josh, and I'll talk to you later.
You too. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so let's talk about that real quick while it's still
really
fresh.
Good,
I was already kind of like putting my...
Only one thing though, maybe this is just me. I'm still waiting for that recruiter to really dive into, technically speaking, into one of these interviews. But other than that, I mean, she was direct. She was very clear about what she was talking about. She didn't go back and forth. It didn't sound like she was trying to sell any type of dreams or bullshit. And then also she just seems like she really knows what's going on there. It seems like she has a lot of insight as to not only what positions are open, but why they were growing and what they were looking to do with that growth and what their plans were to continue that growth. She even had insight as to, really the workflow of the engineering team, being able to paint the picture of what it looks like to work there. So recruiters, this is a good one right here. Whoever this lady is at whatever company this is, if you're trying to get a good example of how to effectively recruit and add value to your candidates, in my opinion, this is a good framework. So that's pretty much it. But like the video, it helps me out, helps push the video out to other recruiters who might need some of this help, man. So even if you don't like the video, just like it. Don't be a hater, God. Leave. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, Deacon, I'm out. Peace.